Hey Internet, what's going on? It's Will, and as you can tell by that title, we're going to do a Star Wars review, and I'm going to try and make it spoiler free. First off, I just want to say, if you haven't seen Star Wars yet, you have to go see it. It's amazing. Honestly, like, probably the best movie of 2015. I saw it in 2016, and I'm saying it's the best movie of 2016, and honestly, it's so good. It's probably the most fun I've had at a theater in a long time. And if you're lucky enough to go see it with the D-Box seats at any Ultra AVX theater, I highly recommend paying the little bit extra to get in those seats, because I unfortunately didn't get to sit on the first time I saw it, and I will be seeing it again. But the people in front of me that were sitting in it, you could see the seats moving and rocking around during all the cool fighter scenes, like the TIE Fighter and X-Wing scenes, which are just, yeah, I was so jealous. Like during the first X-Wing fight, I was just like, why didn't I pay the extra money? All right, so let's just get into this. First, I just want to say I'm going to be rating this on a scale of 7. I know it's a weird scale, but I've got 7 criteria that it has to meet. It has to be fun and awesome. It's got to be well composed. It's got to be the story's got to be good and easy to follow, because I know there's a lot of movies out there where you're like, I don't know where I am anymore, because you get lost because there's so much going on. A lot of the comic book movies have this problem. Number 4, it's got to make me laugh. Even if it's a serious movie, I want to have a chuckle a little bit. Just a little chuckle. And this is my rating scale. It's not your rating scale. So if you don't want to chuckle, you don't have to chuckle. One thing I can tell you, though, this movie will make you chuckle. Number 5, it's got to be well paced. Pacing is a big thing with me. Like, I don't want to be watching a movie and have all this build up, and all of a sudden it just ends. I don't like that. Nobody likes that. Who likes that? Number 6, it's got to be well cast. That's a big thing for me. Like, you could have a great story and it could be shot super well, but if you have somebody in there that really shouldn't be in there, Nicolas Cage, in any movie Nicolas Cage has ever been in except for Con Air. Sorry, but Nick Cage is one of my favorite actors, but he literally has done shit movies ever since he started. And number 7, if you're gonna have stars in your movie, they better have good screen time, and they better have a reason to be there. There's some movies where there's a star, Bryan Cranston in Godzilla, who's only in there for 10 to 15 minutes, and they're banking on that person, and he's not in there for that long. Like, everyone went to see Godzilla because they're like, oh, Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad's in this, and it was just after he got off Breaking Bad, and he was in there 10, 15 minutes and died, and that was it. No more Bryan Cranston. Waste of a movie. Unlike, say, 7, where Kevin Spacey's only in it for 10 minutes, but those are the 10 most amazing minutes of Kevin Spacey's career, besides anything he did in House of Cards and K-Pax. Just kidding. So let's get started. First off, I just have to say, the story is extremely well written, and it's a really good story, except my only problem with the story is it directly mirrors A New Hope, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing whatsoever. It actually works really well for the story, but it's just, to me, I felt like I was just seeing the same thing over and over again. Obviously, I'm keeping this spoiler free, so I'm not getting into it, but it literally, like, scene for scene, pretty much is A New Hope, but it's super cool still. And it's good to see it told from it's kind of a different perspective, because it's all new characters pretty much, except for the 3 returning characters. And so yeah, it's a great story still nonetheless, even if it is a rehashing of A New Hope. But it works because it feels fresh. Even though everything you're seeing you've already seen before, it still feels fresh. And the storyline is just such a tried and true combination of story arcs that, you know, it's done so many other times in so many other movies and you don't see it. But this being, you know, a sequel to the movie, it's like, oh, are they just going to do it again? Like, are we going to go see Star Wars 8 and it's just going to be Star Wars 2 all over, or Star Wars 5 all over again? I hope not, but we'll see. So the story, as I said, good. The movie is really well shot. Like it's beautiful, and like there's one scene where you see a bunch of X-wings flying over the water. It's in the trailer, and if you've seen the trailer, then you're so excited. And if you haven't seen the movie yet, you've seen this scene, and this scene, like literally, I was going into this like I want to see what happens. And when you see those X-wings hovering over the water and just coming all in like in attack mode, it's just like oh, it's glorious. And obviously, I saw it on an Ultra AVX screen. Unfortunately, I didn't see it in D-Box, but still, just I was in the perfect seating to see everything and just being able to absorb everything, even though I wasn't wearing my glasses. It was still so amazing, and watching it in 3D and just so good. It was just oh my god. Obviously, I'm going to see it again, so it had to be good, right? Next up, let's talk about the characters a little bit. I feel like everyone did an amazing job, and coming into this, I was a little worried because all these people obviously are brand new, pretty much. They've done bit parts here or there, but you don't really know their names, and so little worried there. But like Oscar Isaac, he was the most veteran person besides the returning characters, I think, in this whole thing. And I had seen him in Inside Llewellyn Davis. Pretty sure that's what it is, and he was super good in that. And I've liked him in everything he's been in since then. He was on a TV show called Numbers, and he did a super amazing job as Poe. John Boyega, I'm probably saying that wrong. He did an amazing job as Finn. I can't remember who plays Riley, but it was amazing, very amazing. And Adam Driver, wow, Kylo Ren, honestly, is the character we've been looking for in a Star Wars movie forever. He was what Anakin Skywalker should have been in the prequels. He was what Darth Vader was, but better in the original trilogy. And he blew me away. He did such an amazing job. And I actually today I saw a picture of like it was a split picture of young Han Solo, like young Harrison Ford while playing Han Solo, and Adam Driver's face like split halfway down the middle. And honestly, like you could see that it was just honestly to me it was perfect casting, just absolutely perfect casting. On the flip side, I don't want to as I said, I don't want to spoil anything, but I feel like the three original characters, Chewbacca I guess counts as an original character, their screen time could have been done a little bit better. I feel like some people should have gotten more screen time and gone more in depth into the story of why they're there, kind of thing, or how they got to where they are. And some people got way more screen time than I think they should have gotten. But it set up the story really well, so it worked. But I went in wanting to see someone, and unfortunately, I saw him. He was there. It was amazing. But I feel like he could have been done better. But it leads straight into number 8, which is just going to be amazing. I'm so waiting for that. It's going to break all the records that this one just broke. So, I'm hyped. You all should be hyped too. As I said, it did make me chuckle. It made me chuckle really a lot. Like there were several times where like a serious moment just all of a sudden just broke down because somebody says something and it's just hilarious. Poe, Oscar Isaac, does this right in the beginning of the movie. As you probably already know, he does get captured for a little bit, and that leads into Finn leaving the First Resistance, or the First Order, sorry, the First Order, and then joining up with the Resistance. So when he gets captured, he says some funny stuff to Kylo, and it's just like, I was not expecting it, and it just made me laugh so hard. And R2-D2 and BB-8 have a moment that's pretty funny, with C-3PO is there as well. I don't understand why C-3PO has a red arm. I don't know where he got this arm from. I wish they'd kind of gone to that, like to explain why he has a red arm. Because literally C-3PO, the first time you see him is, don't ask me why I have a red arm. And it's like, well, I want to know. Like, I want to ask these questions. And for a movie, it's 2 hours and 20 minutes long. And here comes my whole thing about pacing, where I don't feel like it was paced that well. Like, it was 2 hours and 20 minutes long, and honestly, it's like build up for like 2 hours, and then 20 minutes, it all ends. It's just over. And it was a huge problem with me, because it was just like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, boom. It could have been 3 hours. I would have sat through 3 hours. So many movies nowadays are 3 hours. Like, it just, it really just took away from everything. It's just like you built it all up and then you killed it in 20 minutes. And that kind of like depressed me a little. I was like, oh, like going into this, I want to know more about the Star Killer base. Like, this is a Death Star that's like 10 times bigger. It's a planet-sized Death Star instead of a moon-sized Death Star, and you see it for maybe 15 minutes total, and then it's over, and that's it. And they blow it up. If you didn't know they blew it up, I'm sorry. They blow it up. Deal with it. Spoiler, my bad. So, like, you have no idea how they made Star Killer Base. Like, you're going, like, I was going in there because I had seen all the Lego stuff, and I'd seen all the toys, and I've heard, I went into this not reading anything, but having seen things and kind of expecting things to be a certain way. Like, even in the original trilogy, you saw the Death Star a lot before they just went and blew it up. But in this one, it's just like, bam, 15 minutes, and it just kind of just killed it. It was just like, bam. Like, I don't know. And right before everything starts to happen, there's a giant speech. Like, they go and they use the new Death Star, the Star Killer, to kill off some people. I'm not going to say who. They destroy a whole bunch of people, and there's a giant speech about destroying these people, and then 15 minutes later, the credits are rolling. And it's like, really? Like, that doesn't seem right at all, right? Like, meh. So that's a little downfall from me. That and some character time was a downfall, so in the end, I have to give this movie, let's see, characters were wrong. Well, not wrong, but the character thing took me away, so I'm going to take a point away from that. I'm going to take away a point for pacing, so it's 5 out of 7. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 7. It was a great movie. Don't get me wrong. And 5 out of 7 is still like 70%, I think. I'm not good at math. Yeah. Anyways, so it was a great movie. I would not lie to you. Go and see it if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, go see it again. If you haven't already seen it again, I know one person that's seen it 6 times already, and you know it's well worth it. It's honestly, as I said, I'm going to see it again probably next week sometime, and maybe I'll see it a different way this time. Like, maybe my eyes will be focused in a different light to take in more, or maybe to, you know, accept things the way they should be. Even though I don't think they should be that way. But it's good. It was good. Honestly, it was so good to see Han Solo and Princess Leia. Sorry, General Leia. And Luke Skywalker again. Seeing Chewie. Honestly, the minute the crawl started, I was just giddy. It just reminded me of the first time I saw the original trilogy. And I was just like, oh, I was so hyped. I had goosebumps all over me. I was like, When I saw Han for the first time, goosebumps came back. When I saw Leia for the first time, goosebumps came back. When I saw Luke for the first time, goosebumps. Like, oh. Honestly, if you are a fan of Star Wars and you love the Star Wars movies as much as I do, you will love this movie. No matter the problem, no matter the flaws, the pacing flaws and the character flaws. But honestly, it was just, I loved it. It was amazing. I'm going to see it again. I'm probably gonna, if I can, I'm gonna find a download for it and download it on my computer and watch it 3 or 4 more times. And it was just so good. So good. Go see it. 5 out of 7. Amazing movie. I'm Will. This is my channel. Thank you for watching. My next review is going to be Deadpool, I'm pretty sure. So keep your eyes tuned for that. It's not going to be until February, but keep your eyes open. And thank you for watching. Come on back. I got gameplay footage coming. I've been recording it. It's coming. And thank you again for watching. Thank you all for commenting. Like this video, share this video, and have a good day.